today we are going to talk about measuring angles, and today your lesson you're going to be able to say, I can measure angles with a half circle protractor. To begin today's lesson, I would like you to open your math book to page 157, and you are going to draw these angles, but it says very specifically, do not use a protractor. So you just have to use a ruler to do this. So the first one, you need to draw an angle less than 90 degrees. Draw one that is between 90 and 180, that's called obtuse. And then anything that's more than 180, that's called a reflex. I want you just to draw those three angles on your page. We are going to do something with those in our group link. So thinking about types of angles, an acute angle, if I look at these angles over here on the side, we have angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. What I want you to do is stop this tape right now, and I want you to figure out which one is an acute, which one's obtuse, which one's reflex, and which one's straight, and answer the questions in Edpuzzle. So yesterday we had practice using a full circle protractor on your template. Today we're going to use the half circle protractor, which works a little bit different. When we measure angles using the half circle protractor, we have to think about which way the numbers are going. So let's say I was looking at this angle right here. The first thing I want to ask myself is this acute, obtuse, straight, or reflex? Well, I can see it's not a very big opening, so I know this is an acute angle. So an acute angle means it's between 0 and 90 degrees. So now when I put my protractor, the first thing I need to do is I need to find my vertex, and I need to put my vertex exactly in this hole right here. But as you can see, this line goes straight, and I don't have it lined up right now. So I need to rotate my protractor until I have my circle on my vertex here, and that this line is at 0 degrees. Now I can measure this angle, but I have to be careful because I do notice that there are two sets of numbers here. Well, if this is starting at 0, I know this is an acute angle. Let's see, it's either at 30 or 150. Well, 150 I know is a obtuse angle, so it must be the 30. I also know this is correct because if I start counting from 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, I know this angle is 30 degrees. Let's try another one together. I'm going to start with my baseline and my vertex. So let's line up our protractor right on the vertex. And I see this one's pretty much lined up for my baseline. It's at 0. Now, what I want you to do is stop the computer and answer, what is the measurement of this angle? You should have noticed if I start at 0, I'm counting this direction because I have to count up. This angle measures 120 degrees. We're going to measure one more type of angle. Now this one's a little bit trickier because I'm measuring this part of the angle. I should have drawn that in there. I'm measuring this side. So this one makes it harder because my half circle protractor doesn't go that whole direction. So what I have to do is, I know from here to here, all the way around has to be 360 degrees. So I'm going to measure this part of my angle in here to make it a little bit easier for me. So I'm going to put my protractor, I have to spin it this time so I can line it up. So I'm going to put my baseline, match my vertex, and I'm going to spin it so I have it matched. Now I'm going to measure this way, and I can see this angle, if I start counting 0, 10, 20, all the way up, I see it's about 125 degrees. So I know this side of it is 125 degrees. But I want you to find out this side of the angle. Well, if a full circle is 360 degrees, if I subtract this part of my angle, I should be able to figure out what's left. So, cross this off, 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So this angle over here, oops, let's move our protractor. This angle here measures 235 degrees. Your C work today is to finish page 158 and 159. If you finish today, you may do Prodigy.